Hi guys, this is Kelly, and today I'm going to tell you a little story. I'm going to tell you a story about Agnes. Agnes is my grandmother, and she was 44 when I was born. My mom is the oldest of 5 children, and her youngest sibling, my aunt, is only 5 years older than I am. I remember growing up in my grandmother's house almost as much as I did in mine. I remember my grandmother as being this really active, vivacious woman that was just so full of life. When I was a teenager, I used to go to aerobics classes with her. She was active and had such fun. I have great memories of my grandmother growing up. Now, my grandmother is still with us. She's living in a rest home, assisted living. She can't take care of herself anymore. She's in her mid-90s, and she's just, her health is failing really fast. I kind of don't remember exactly when all of that happened, but I do remember looking back the signs. She started having a lot of surgeries. She got diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, and it attacked her body really aggressively. Her hands are crippled, her feet are crippled, she has neuropathy. Her health just is not very good, and her quality of life is not fabulous. She doesn't like being in the rest home, but she cannot take care of herself. She's in a wheelchair. She can't walk for very far without a walker. She's not very healthy. Why am I telling you about my grandmother Agnes? Let me tell you, I take after my grandmother really closely. I have rheumatoid arthritis. I was diagnosed at a younger age than she was, and medications are different than they were then, and we've attacked it aggressively. I see a rheumatologist every year, 3 times a year, sometimes more, sometimes less, depending on how I'm doing. Again, why did I tell you about my grandmother and about my rheumatoid arthritis? This is why. I don't want to be like that when I'm that age. I still want to be that active person that I am now. And I know I've educated myself and I've worked with my rheumatologist. I know I have some control over that. I have control over what I'm eating. I have control over the amount of exercise I get. And I have control over my mindset, which is huge. Mindset is huge when it comes to fighting an autoimmune disease. You let yourself get beat down, your body gets beat down. And so it's very important to keep a positive attitude. And sometimes that's really hard. I don't know if you know what it's like to live with constant pain or a nagging pain or an autoimmune disease. It can take a toll. It can really take a toll on you. You get tired really easy. Sometimes when you're in a social situation, you really just don't want to be social. You just want to go lay down. I force myself to be in those situations sometimes, and sometimes I remove myself. It depends on how I'm doing, and I listen to my body. Again, why am I telling you this? I want you to take a minute right now, and I want you to envision your life when you're in your mid-90s or 70s or 60s. I want you to get that picture in your mind. Are you active? Are you healthy? Are you able to do the things you want to do? Can you get down on the floor and play with your grandchildren or great-grandchildren or great-great-grandchildren as you get older? Can you do that? Are you visualizing that? I'm giving you a second. Visualize. Okay, so now what I want you to do, I want you to be brutally honest when you answer this question for yourself. Is what you're doing right now going to get you there? Or is it not? Is it going to get you to that vision of what you want your life to look like when you're older? Because let me tell you, aging is going to happen whether you want it to or not. It doesn't care that you're busy right now. Aging of your body doesn't care that you don't think you have time to do a workout or to choose a healthier meal. It doesn't care that you don't think you have time to cook at home. Aging doesn't care. It's going to happen anyways. So, again, why am I asking you this question? I've looked at my grandmother. I don't want my life to be that way. I want to be the active person that I am now. I'm very active right now. My husband and I travel a lot. We are very active. We work out together. We eat together. We cook together. We make sure that we are cooking and growing some of our own food and that we're not eating all that processed junk that's in the grocery store. So I've educated myself in ways that I can keep my disease from attacking my joints so heavily that I can keep active. and that I can have the life that I have envisioned when I'm in my 70s, 80s, and 90s. Because the women in my family live a long time. My grandmother's not super healthy. She's still with us and kicking. And she's a feisty little old woman, and I love her to death. I see my life being that long. So I want my life to be that vision that I have right now, what I'm looking for in the future. And I've gained a passion for that. I've gained a passion for helping people who also want to help themselves do that. I have a passion for helping you be accountable. I have a passion for helping you learn to not put that Easy Mac stuff in the microwave and then eat it and put it in your body. It's just not good for you. And it really doesn't even taste that good. Once you start cooking and using herbs and spices and learn to cook with real food, real ingredients, things that my grandmother would recognize rather than that junk we eat now, once you start doing that, you'll be amazed at how well you feel. Once you start getting some exercise, yeah, you're going to be tired at first. If you haven't exercised in years, you're going to be tired. I guarantee it. But once you start doing it and you do it often and it becomes a habit, you're actually going to find you're less tired than you were before. You also will have more mental clarity, which is going to help with your job and your career. So I don't want to hear that, I don't have time. You don't want to make the time. So I have a passion for helping you find that time, helping you be accountable, helping you help yourself so that you can live and have that life that you envisioned when I asked you to a little while ago.